Like this fits, because look at the gray. I'm wearing gray. I like that. Alright, I'm gonna shut up. So what I was saying in the other video that I made in a series of tweets recently is basically the concept of you aren't really supporting a cause if you're just supporting something that actively goes against it. And I know that you're thinking, who the fuck does that? But there's a lot of examples. Like, you know, every time I see someone make a post about how Chick-fil-A is openly supporting a cause that goes towards, you know, a Nigerian foundation that supports Christianity, but then is creating a law so that you can actually kill gay Nigerians. So, you know, these people are saying that they're Christian and holy, but they're out here trying to say, oh, but we should legalize killing other people because they're different from us, as if that's the way of Christ. That's the Eurocentric colonizer mindset way of Christ, but fuck that shit. No one wants to have that conversation. And then the people who support Chick-fil-A are indirectly supporting that. And the fact is that however many times I see people going, oh my god, did you know Chick-fil-A is helping kill gay people in Nigeria? There's always going to be someone popping out from the shadows as if their fucking opinion matters, being like, oh my god, well guess what? I don't give a fuck because I'm out here eating Chick-fil-A every single day. And they'll say some shit as if they sprinkle in some sort of fun little diversity fact about themselves, it'll make them not a terrible person. Like, oh, who cares? I'm gay, or I'm black, or I'm a person of color, and I eat Chick-fil-A, and they haven't hurt me, so who cares? The chicken's smacking. I'm not gonna stop eating it just to support you SWJs, or whatever fucking fairies, snowflakes, whatever people want to call sensitive people. And by sensitive, I mean people who actually, you know, do not want people in Nigeria to die because they want to be with a significant other. I also remember seeing a news article about, you know, white women who voted for Trump being surprised that, oh no, the men who voted for Trump really, really don't like women. Oh, it's almost as if every single statement about Trump being, you know, advocating against racism, transphobia, hating veterans, shitting all over the lives of, you know, Black Lives Matter, Mexicans, Muslims, calling people dirty if they're a different color than you. It's like they were okay with all of that. And then they just thought, oh, they're obviously gonna like women. And so for them to have the nerve to be like, oh yeah, I voted for Trump, proud as hell. And then it's like, oh my god, I can't believe the guy who has so many fucking evidence against sexual assault and creepy shit he's ever done, and his supporters do not like me, also a supporter, because I'm a woman. How do I put this? If you're smart, you know how to do the math. So here you can clearly see in this equation, perfectly privileged white woman going, oh hey, I support all this racist shit and all this shit that basically stands out against bigotry, but I don't want bigotry towards me, a white privileged woman. And so they thought that since it wouldn't affect them as a whole, they could still support assholiness. But no, assholiness is also going to target, you know, if you're an asshole, you'll target anybody. You aren't going to just, that's the whole thing about supremacy. You don't just stop at one thing. There's tons of shit. So, you know, if it's like, oh, hey, I support Chick-fil-A killing gay Nigerians even though I'm gay just because, hey, it doesn't affect me, then cool, you cannot call yourself some sort of LGBT advocate, or that you root for people in other countries, or that you're not some sort of fascist in a way. Or if it's like, oh, hey, oh my god, sure, I also hate women, but as a woman myself, I can't believe that this woman-hating president actually has followers that also hate women that hate me, a woman. And it's like, you are so okay with them hating everyone else, including women. You're just mad that it's happening to you. So for them to go and think, how do I put this? You don't support a cause that doesn't support you, which is why, you know, that's why Victoria's Secret stopped being a thing. Because, you know, once people went, oh hey, guess what, we don't like Victoria's Secret because there's no color diversity, their outfits are pretty boring, cheaply made, they don't have people of different body sizes other than people who are either size 0 or size 4 fucking maximum, and even then rarely. Or just simply, like, you know, they also have people who are fully able-bodied. And also, you know, when Victoria's Secret was like, oh, who cares, you guys are snowflakes, we're not changing shit. The best thing you can do is boycott a brand and make something better to prove that you can get it happen. Because look at Savage Fenty. Look at how good that shit went. They had people of all different sizes. They had Bella Hadid, Slick Woods, all these fucking icons out here, all slaying outfits. They had people with thicker thighs, stretch marks, C-section scars, different hair types, abstract looks, and guess what? Their shit got popular. Their fashion fucking show slayed. They had tomboy lingerie. They had, they had like femme, androgynous, tomboy, But they had all types. They didn't stop at just one, and that's what I really like. Because, you know, if you stop at just, like, one thing, I don't know, how do I put this? There's a big difference between going, oh, we can't change anything, versus acknowledging you can make the change you really want. Hold on a sec. Damn, the sun went down hella fast. Hold on. There we go. Alright. So as I was saying, there's a big difference between going, oh, we can't change anything, it doesn't matter what we do, this will always be a thing, versus being an actual intellect, you know, galaxy brain shit, and going, oh, hey, as an individual person, I can make a huge difference. And people seem to underestimate how much power they have, which is why exactly people fail a fuck ton. Like, how do I put this? You know, you see those stories every day of people who are able to make big differences in their life, even though they have struggles or things seem difficult or hard, and they didn't stop. Like, you see those, like, weird sympathy stories. I kind of hate them in a way, but I appreciate them, because, you know, it doesn't spark pride of people, where it's like, oh, this person lost both their legs in an accident, but they're still running a 5K, or, oh, this person got into a car crash, but... you know, they still learned how to get control of their limbs again, or they learned how to paint with their feet or something. Something really cool. Because, you know, they didn't just go, oh, I'm going to spend the rest of my life in a wheelchair or in bed being fed applesauce through a straw. They said, fuck this shit, I'm going to learn how to excel. And I appreciate that. People have a lot more power than they think. Like, you know, you see the, like, you know, people like Rihanna, Lana Del Rey, or Marilyn Monroe, or just, I don't know, insert poor person here that became rich person. They had that shit in the bag. They just simply had the strength to go, yeah, I know what I'm worth and I'm gonna get more than what I have. Since, you know, they could have just kept being poor and, I don't know, resentful of what was in their circumstances, or they could have upgraded and went, I'm going to get a better situation for myself. And I feel like that's what people should do. And even if you aren't, like, how do I put this? Some people don't want to be, like, some sort of big movie protagonist in their own story. So I'm not saying that, you know, I'm gonna force you to become the next Rihanna, or the next Bella Hadid, or the next Migos, or something. Like, if you don't see yourself as the next fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, or Superman, I'm not saying you have to be. I'm just saying, no, you can make a difference. And I feel like, how do I put this? Something that always led to lots of society imbalances is because the people who know they have more power than they think are the ones who aren't with the best causes. Like, you know, if you're ever wondering, like, how people like R. Kelly got away with the shit he was doing for so fucking long, guess what? It was because people allowed it. People saw this guy and thought, he's very powerful, I like him, and he knew himself, I have power. And so with that, he was out here doing terrible, atrocious, disgusting things to young women for years and never getting arrested. Or when he was. Like the whole piss thing and him getting married to Aaliyah. There's tons of examples. And yet people... Sorry, I gotta stop picking at my chin. People were out here supporting him. That's the whole reason. Like, you know, how do I put this? A simple way to stop people who are toxic or just dangerous human beings from still being in power is to simply just not give them any of yours at all. Like, how do I put this? The same shit happened with Azealia Banks. She thought she was some sort of all-powerful head bitch in charge, and she is a very talented young lady. But, you know, she was out here doing tons of racist, bigoted, sexist, or just straight-up offensive shit that eventually she went from being, like, potential star on the rise to, like, always being lower and lower and lower and lower because she could not stop insulting people, and people went, hey, we don't like you, we're not going to enable this, and they told her to fuck off. But I'm noticing that people won't do that in terms of bigger things that matter. Like, you know, would you stop the local person trying to run for president from doing that shit? Would you stop your local pedophile? Or just, how do I put it? I'm just trying to say I hate when people give power to those that obviously aren't working in favor of them. And also I'm saying you have more power than you think, because your power is being transferred to another person. So, like, you know, when you vote for a president and that president gets elected, that's because you and tons of other people said, oh yeah, I've got the ability to do this and make a huge difference in my society. And boom, that's how presidents get elected, or governors, or whatever. And same for, like, you know, if you're on American Idol and you're trying to vote for someone, you know that texting the stupid number is going to get the next celebrity best thing or whatever. Or how do I put it? You know that you can make a difference. And what I see people not doing is boycotting, the most effective method. Since if you don't give something the energy, it will never get traction. Like, you know, the equivalent of if someone's got like a really shitty rock at the top of a hill, it's not gonna move unless some dumbass comes up like, hey, I support this rock, and a bunch of people help push that rock off a hill and cry it into your city, and your city gets destroyed. And then those same people will be like, oh my god, I didn't see that would happen. Like fucking idiots. That's a weird metaphor, but I hope you get what I'm saying. Either way. So just, if you don't want something bad to happen, don't propel it. Because then, you know, if you're out here supporting people like Chris Brown, who did not only punch Rihanna, he also has several restraining orders against him because he was beating and stalking several women, more than just her. And also people like R. Kelly, if you're out here going, oh, who cares what he did to those young girls, I'm out here trying to support his music. Or if you're going, oh, I don't care if this guy was rapist, asshole, misogynist, transphobic, hates the gays, just whatever the fuck. If you just, this is more than just waste. Even, you don't even have to be an asshole by having those types of things. You could just be an asshole. And if you're out here supporting someone who is openly an asshole by going, oh, well, sure, their music, like, sure, they're a terrible person, but I mean, who cares? I'm still gonna pay 99 cents each, or I'm gonna buy their whole album. Because who gives a fuck? I like their music. Congratulations. You're an enabler. Because you know what that does? It shows them that, hey, no matter what I do or say, I can get away with it. Because I'll still get tons of followers, tons of money, tons of people that still listen to me and give me that energy I need to know that I can keep doing my shit and no one's going to stop me. So that's why I get especially mad whenever I hear about the Chick-fil-A shit. Or, oh, I can't believe I voted for a bigot and he's bigoted towards me. What? Like, you know, people always act like, oh, it's just about politics. He doesn't think bad things about people who are, like, colored. Like, no, he's blatantly said, like, beat the shit out of black people at Black Lives Matter parades and shit. And incited violence, as well as just calling other countries dirty as fuck. And also, even if, like, how do I put this? Even if it was some sort of fairyland where it was like he did not have these values, there would still be people out here who hold those values. So if you're ever like, oh, hey, I vote, like, you know, someone else votes for Trump, and maybe you did because you thought, oh, sure, I don't mind building a wall. Don't be surprised if you, as a Mexican or a Latino person, then get harassed by another Trump supporter. Not because they have the same thing in mind, like, oh, yeah, just keep the people who didn't come here legally out, but because they hate you for your race. Because, I mean, there's levels to this shit, and it can be very, very dangerous if you just enable it. So I just hate when people don't have the common sense to realize that, how do I put it? If you're out here, oh yeah, people don't like to hear things that they don't want to hear. Even if it is something that's pure facts. People don't like facts. It's pure. Why do you think they killed, like, Galileo and Jesus? People are stupid. I'm just trying to say. I've got what I was trying to say. I was too distracted by those girls. Oh yeah. Just know that you're never, like, free from it. Because, you know, I guess it's kind of like, you know, I don't personally support cheating. But I'm a hypocrite if I'm like, oh, I hate cheating, but then DaBaby makes a song where he's blatantly talking about how he, like, his whole verse in iPhone is literally him talking about, I don't like my girlfriend, I'm gonna cheat on my girlfriend with someone who's thicker and nicer to me behind her back while not leaving my girlfriend. And he made a whole song out of that. And so, you know, I'm a hypocrite if I decide, oh, I hate cheating, but I'm gonna just blast DaBaby's iPhone nonstop and just go ham to it, buy the album, etc. Because then there are tons of men out there who also are like, oh, this song's getting on the rise, tons of people listen to it, turn up his music, they go fucking nuts, and then they go, oh, wait, shit. I like this dude's message, and then that just supports the whole culture of, like, side hoe and the rise of gonorrhea and STDs and shit. And so, you know, I know that I make a difference, because if I'm out here supporting people who make shit like that, or if I'm out here supporting Offset and not holding him accountable for what he does, even though I'm just one person, but then if one person's ideology is spread and it's like, oh, hey, I managed to get a bunch of people to agree with me, hey, let's stop supporting music that enables, like, cheating, abuse of women, or lying to women without need to, then, oh, look, tons of people will boycott that music. Less people will be into that type of music. It's a boycott, and then maybe there will be chances of people going, yeah. Then once they point it out, it's like, hey, let's take the next step. How about we also realize anyone who does do that in our friend group, let's cut them out. Since you should be doing that anyway if someone is doing that. So if your friend's being, like, domestically abused, or if the relationship is toxic as fuck and the other person is harboring another, then don't just go, oh, this person's my friend, my bro, I don't care what he did to you because he's still my friend. Go, hey man, you better apologize to that girl right now, and you better help solve that shit. Or, if you aren't that confrontational, you just ghost that person. Because trust me, there's always going to be someone better in your life to be friends with. Always. There's always someone more interesting. It'll take time to meet them, but it's better than, you know, openly saying, oh, I'd rather be friends with a rapist, than going, yeah, man, we're not hanging out with you and you're lucky we haven't called the cops on you. I don't know. So it just says a lot about a person from what they're able to pick and choose, is what I'm saying. So yeah. I know this video turned out pretty long. Thank you if you listened to it. And also, I know that it just got super dark out of nowhere, but what I'm saying is, if you don't want something to continue, do not enable it. You gotta nip that shit in the bud. Like, you know, if you don't, like, how do I put this? Don't say you're some sort of LGBT icon if you're out here eating Chick-fil-A or supporting Salvation Army or any other business that just blatantly says, oh, I don't want gay people to be alive. Like, hell, Salvation Army also was responsible, one of their areas kicked out someone who was trans and let them die in the frozen streets just since they didn't want to let them sleep inside or get clothing. And they also fired workers who they thought were gay. So, you know, if you're out here still supporting Salvation Army instead of, you know, doing the usual, oh, Twitter do your thing, bombarding them, then that says a lot about you. So I appreciate those who call out places or businesses or things like that that need to be held accountable for what they do. As well as, you know, don't say that you hate hoes or hate women, or that, oh, I hate women who are out here being slutty as fuck, if you're going to be out here supporting, oh, you know, people like Cardi B, strip clubs, prostitution, like, I don't know. Just why are you saying you hate that type of people if you're out here blatantly giving them your money and or having them be your favorite type of person? Or like saying that, you know, you believe that a woman should be able to have her own rights in life. Like, you know, she should be independent and have things in her own, of, how do I put it? Don't say that you want women to grow up independent. Wait, shit. No, that's not what I was trying to say. I'll edit this out. Don't say, how do I put this? Oh yeah, don't say that you love women who are like promiscuous, sexual, free about themselves. If, you know, when you raise your own daughter, you're going to force her to be boxed in, closed off about herself, basically tuck herself in a corner, be the whole see not heard shit. Or if you're out here supporting people like T.I. who are actively advocating the idea of, oh yeah, I'm going to hymen check my daughter. Because you can't really say that you love women who are free if you're going to be out here doing that weird shit. Because, you know, if you're out here enjoying having sex, then why are you shaming people for losing their virginity in the first place? Because how else do you think you're having sex? If it's like, oh, women shouldn't have sex, that's only for whores, and I hate whores, but I will have sex with a whore. Like, so if you aren't having sex with women, but you enjoy having sex 24/7, then clearly you either need to, A, enjoy having sex with women and let them do their own thing, have their own sexual rights and autonomy, or 2, mind your fucking business, or 3, fuck a man. You could do anything. Just stop being misogynistic. And yeah, I think this video's gone on long enough, and if you don't understand what I'm saying, I think I cleared up the dots pretty long enough, but it's wait, fuck. It's stuck to my tripod. I got a tripod. Alright, so above anything, if you don't understand what I said, there is going to be a description where I just sum up whatever the fuck I just said. I have memory loss, but I will remember some of it. And yeah, just letting you know. What was I saying? Oh, I'll put a description in the bio of whatever the hell I just said that I barely remember myself. And peace out, see you later, and follow my channel. Peace out.